Welcome back to the Transport Fever 2 series, where we are getting our last consumer good online and into our cities. So, the last thing that we needed is right here. We need goods, and we need goods in quite a few of our cities in Gresham, Wichita, Sunnyvale, Chattanooga, and so many more that we haven't even connected to yet. So, with that in mind, I took a look around the map to see where we could get it done. And this one in particular, this product, probably has the worst setup out of anything on the map. I mean, look at this. So it needs steel and plastics to make that, which means steel requires coal and copper, and plastic requires a whole oil trip. And then once it gets refined, it then needs to be turned into plastics. So, with that in mind, we are going to do our best to get this Arlington Goods Factory online. There were a few other places that we could have done, but they just don't have enough products around really to make it efficient. Maybe like one oil to a refinery to plastics, where in the long run we need so many goods that we're definitely going to need access to more than that. So this really was the only one, and as you can see, it is not set up correctly or optimally for us. So, but we're gonna try to make it work. We're gonna figure out a way to make this work. So first, we are going to get the steel outside of Sunnyvale unlocked. And I kind of have a plan on how I'm going to get this done. I think I'm going to lay some tracks here. And I already put down the train stations. And what we're going to do is ship copper from over here into the steel factory. It's going to be the only one connected. We are going to use roads and cars to get these others online. And then I'm going to ship the steel back, and then we're going to make a bridge and go over and drive the steel off over to the factory. And so we need to get all of these online and hooked up to the steel mill, and then we will try to figure out what to do with this plastics, because we need to get probably these two oils to the refinery, over to the plastics, and then over there. So I think it's going to be kind of a giant train line. But honestly, we're going to just have to figure it out. I think we'll probably have two trains running in this direction and then one train running over there. And then once we get that, well, we're going to have to get the goods out of there. So this is going to be a little chaotic, but once we get it online, it will be perfect. So let's continue with what we're doing. Okay, so we have this set up, and then we are going to need a transition. There we go. And then we'll need one on the other side. And we're gonna be using two tracks, but only one station, so that's fine. 92. I'm okay with that. Wow, look at that. That is horrible. Does that cross over? It does cross over. No, it doesn't. Oh, how do I delete that? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's try that one more time. Let's delete our signal so it doesn't prevent me from going any further. The tracks and full speed. Okay, so we got it full speed in the end. Oh, these tracks really sometimes they really get me. And then we'll slow down over there. Keep an eye out over here. And then where was that crossover? I should have put the signal down already. I'm going. And right there. And right here. Okay. So we have that basic setup, but we just need one more thing, and that is our favorite building. Absolute favorite building. We will turn this around. Boom. The beautiful Train Depot, which we probably have 100 by now. So if anyone I has a better idea, let me know. But I guess the only way you could do it is if you interloop them. all of your tracks interlooped, but I guess we're just not efficient enough for that. So we're going to have the bridge. 6 million. That's a lot. But it is what it is. We're going to run this right here. No. We need building. Connected to both. And then we need to get these online. So I need to upgrade these roads. That's a train track. I'm going to want them to come this way. Can't upgrade them because they're so close. I can do these. Wonder if I can upgrade if I pull back. I can. This one should be upgradable. And don't want to upgrade on it. Okay, that's good enough. And then we will do a full 60 to over here. And then let's drop in. We don't need all that. I can tell you that. That's good. Good. And then they never have to cross the train tracks. So that's awesome. And then we need a massive one, not that massive, on this side. Make sure that there's no traffic jams. Then we need some routes. Everyone loves routes. So here we go. Let's first make our route from here to here. So this is train copper to Sunnyvale steel. And then we need... Oh, I need to drop one last building here. Just going to put it here because we're not really sure how we're doing plastics at this point. Need that to go there. This is steel to goods. And then other copper, which we don't need to get online. Copper to steel Sunnyvale. And coal to steel Sunnyvale. Coal due to steel Sunnyvale. And like I said, we don't need to get them all online right now. I think for now, short term, because we don't have a ton of capital, I'm probably going to hit play. And then I'm actually just going to... I think I'm going to drive. I think I'm going to drive the steel so we can afford that train. But I want to make sure that the production actually begins. So we're going to do steel to consumer goods. Is it just goods or consumer? I always say consumer goods. Steel to goods, Arlington. I guess I should just take it over there. Okay. So let's get this operational. Let's hit play. We need trucks. So buildings. We're gonna put this here. And then ooh, what is this? What is happening? Oh, I think that passenger rail, I might have to sell it to Wichita, is losing a ton of money. We'll check that in a second. Ooh, the Lockheed Super Console. I don't know what. 486 miles an hour. Oh, kilometers an hour. Sorry. Okay, we are having some money issues. for a pause because we have cash right now. And let's see. All right, so your best that we can do for now. How much you cost? 2 million. We'll get full steel Sunnyvale. That's that one. And then we need... What route are you? You're copper to steel Sunnyvale. All right, we need copper to steel. So let's do that. Let's do 15. It's a little bit... Okay, we'll do 12. Okay, we'll do 10. And this is copper to steel Sunnyvale. All right, we'll get that going. And we'll get this online. And while we're waiting for some cash to come in... Oh, actually... Let's get... Like I said, I want to make sure we are moving goods over to the steel. I probably could have just bought one, but I didn't. We can always move them later. Okay, so we have our trucks on the road, so that'll kick off. And then once we get, because we're going to need like 30 million for the train, which I think will be the most efficient. And it won't be deadheading because it'll bring copper that way and then steel this way. So I think that's going to be our most efficient. Okay. So I waited a little bit, let some time pass, and then I got a train set up for this line to get the copper and the steel moved. And what I have is I have our big boy, steam big boy, and I have, unfortunately, because they are separate, we have to bring the copper in the gondola. And then we need a flat car to bring the steel back. So it's not going to be the most efficient, but I still think it will be profitable. It's mediocre, but that's okay because we should be on flat ground because we're over by the river. So we're going to buy that. And then we're going to put this on the copper to Sunnyvale steel line. And then we are going to take the road vehicles. Let's see if we can find them. The steel, we're going to manage those vehicles, and now we're going to put those. I don't think we'll need us, we might not need them all. We're going to put those on the, not that route, where are you? Steel to goods. And now, we're probably going to need 2 trains to make this like super efficient. And we're going to lose money for a little bit. But hopefully. And let's just manage this line real quick. No, I don't want to do full. Actually, I do. Before you leave, let's manage this line and say when you're at Arlington, full load. Not the steel because that's going to take a little bit. But look at this. Oh, he's huge. This train is huge. Our big boy. A little less efficient because it's outside the... Why are you... Why are you not producing? Should be producing. Steel is being put on the side. Okay, let's... We're load. All right. Well, you know what? Let's not do this. Let's just do load if available. I cannot have it just sit here the whole time. But we'll get that going. And we will check back in to see if it is profitable in a little bit. We are having some copper issues, so hopefully this gets figured out. Yeah, we're going to have to make that shipment. But, okay, we'll check back in a minute. The next thing we need to do is somehow efficiently get this online. Which is probably going to be another train. We're probably going to R in to the refinery. And then train. I wonder if we just car. It feels like we should train. These are the problems because we're at like an awkward distance. But I think we're gonna commit to the train. So I think if we car it into here, which means, what does this mean? This means we have to at least get a bridge going here. That's $1 million. And we need to upgrade these roads. Upgrade. And we do a little bit of the road? No, of course not. What if we build it ourselves from here to here? Okay. That looks gross, but it works. And then we train from here to here, and then loop back in the train station for the refinery. That seems like it could work efficiently. This copper is really not coming out. Why is it being so slow? All right, don't get distracted. Okay, let's get this going. So, don't need that. I do that, and then that, and then we'll need a little bit bigger one over here. Oh, I need to make sure that these, I knew it. Let's do different terminals. So how much coal? You only have 7? Ooh. And how much steel are you bringing back? 37. We need that copper to get online. It is really slowing us down. But we're just stacking steel over there. So I got to get this online. Okay. So we will take a new line from here to the refinery. And this is oil to refinery, refinery, Evansville. And then oil to refinery, Evansville. Then we need to get a train system set up. Oh, it's going to be inefficient again. And it's a little bit longer, so I'm not sure if it'll make as much sense. God, this is where it really gets difficult on trying to make these decisions. All right, let's put a building in here let's get the trucks at least online, getting some oil. Let's get, we're going to need a lot. 30. And this is going to be oil. Refinery Evansville. So we probably only need 15, like half of what we're sending. And I'll have to check all these rates a little later. But for now, we'll get these going. And then they charge so fast, but trains are much faster. So if I think this out, we would need a train station I can get from consumer goods. Once we get to consumer goods, we're going to have to ship them into Sunnyvale somehow. I believe would be, let's see, what is this? Have at least 300 people. Oh. Where are these people waiting to go? Sunnyvale to Pueblo. What train is this? Wichita to Sunnyvale with 1 person. That thing is losing me so much money. Where's our passenger station? We have so many people waiting. Sunnyvale to Pueblo. Let's manage vehicle. Can we get a duplicate? And where does that enter the tracks? I don't even know. Well, now is not the time to figure it out. Until I get that warning where it's it says that they're on the same, that they can't move. But anyway. So if we think this through, we need a train that runs from here to there, and then from here to consumer goods, and then back over here. This is going to be brutal, no matter how we kind of do this. Let me see here. I'm going to need a road to come out, and I think, because if I can get it over here, I might have a really slow turn. It's going to be brutal either way. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. Let's bring a street. Don't need that. Let's get a small street since we're not really going to use it. You don't want it curved. Get as far as we can over there. Let's put this down. And then we'll need one over here, I believe. Hopefully this reaches. It does. Great. One there. Let's build these brutal tracks. Yeah, it's going to be slow. It's going to be, yeah, that stinks. And then we can do a terminus over here. So it's fine the way it is. So we'll just do this. I wish it was a little angled. Can we turn it a little bit? I think that'll be a little better. Then come in here, build a little road. And if I highlight this, it does. Okay. Ooh, this is not optimal. And this is gonna cost so much money to get over the water. And then we want to come in there. I guess I could have done one track. Because then we're gonna come out over here. $4 million. Collision. Oh, that's why. Are we on the right track? We are, because we're on the one track over there. Okay. Is that connected? Sometimes it does this and it doesn't connect. It is. All right, so we need like 2 trains on this track, which stinks because that is just not going to be great. What I do for my people. This is oil refinery to plastics to goods. I know, real creative with the names. I just get more and more creative every single time. At some point, I'm going to need to get a train on the line. So where's my favorite building? This is really low. I think we'll put it over here. Some tracks. And then let's take a look at what, I don't even know. So let's grab our big boy. And then let's take a look at this cargo. So we need the oil tank, right? Because we're going to be bringing refinery over. Get that right, mediocre. And then what moves plastic, the boxcar. I know we don't have the money right now. Mediocre. Medium, we should still be fine. I think it's 2-to-1 from the refinery to plastics. I think that should be fine. Okay, we'll be right back when I have the money for it. And we can test this out. All right, we are back, and we have Big Boy on the tracks, coming around, picking up oil, and then he will head out to the plastics and then bring it to the consumer goods. So we have everything kind of online now, which is great. This copper mine is still horrible. And we're only bringing 40 steel, which means I need more copper probably out of here at this point. So we'll double our copper from over there, because I'm not sure when this one will turn on. And then now the most important thing is, how do we actually get our goods into our system? That is the biggest question. And I think the way to do that is, let's see, that's a flatbed, so that can't carry it. Don't tell me I have to set up another train line. I don't want to. I just don't want to. So I think we can bring goods in the boxcar. Let's take a look at this for a second. Let me manage vehicle. Does the boxcar takes consumer goods? So there is a world where we pick up consumer goods here and then drop them off actually here, and then just, yeah, that's it. Boom. We figured it out on the fly. Let's get this set up. So we want that, and we want a road over here, and this is goods to Pueblo cargo train. Where is my car? Oh, I'm so excited. I can't believe this actually worked. And let's see. You are only going to be moving consumer goods. And we probably can use 10 of you. From goods to Pueblo cargo. Alright, so now the question is, can Pueblo cargo... Let's take a look at our vehicles here on the line. Can you have a bunch of boxcars. Take a look at our other train. What are these? What is that? An old boxcar. No, we need the new. We need the new boys. And are those the old? Those are the old flat cars too. Let's get the new flat cars. Can we afford this? We'll go. We cannot anymore. Give me money. Come on. Then we're going to have to go and check some of our routes to see if they are affordable. We'll have to update that other train too, but everything is now at least online. And that is a start, honestly. That is a good start. But we need to take a look at our lines. So these are what we just, the Wichita passenger route. Literally 0 passengers want to come to Wichita Falls. I can't believe that. That we have a train line set up to Wichita Falls. Marietta, Sunnyvale. Okay, we need another on that route. That is crazy. Anyway, Yeah, no passengers want to go from Sunnyvale to Wichita, and they're not connected by road. I don't believe they are. So I have no idea. I might have to cancel this. I'm thinking about extending it to Gresham, and maybe that will help. Because then maybe Gresham will want to go to Wichita, and then Wichita to Sunnyvale, and so on and so forth. But it's kind of just blowing my mind. All right, we got some plastic, so we are actually going to be making consumer goods. Okay, what else we got going on here? Let's just check our trains first. So the passenger to Wichita, we know that one stinks. Ore refinery to plastics, that's just getting turned on. Copper, that one should turn around soon. Train to Chattanooga. Chattanooga. You're still working on your machine parts. That's getting better and better. Henderson to Sunnyvale. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on these. Some of them we just made. Just made. Our bus line to Murrieta is losing money. What if we... Well, they have a decent amount of passengers. I guess I could cut it because now everyone's taking the train. What's our oh, wow, weird. This Murrieta is huge. 1,200 people. That means Sunnyvale must... Murrieta is now... Oh, because Murrieta has all of the goods it needs. That's intriguing. Pueblo's catching up because they have all the goods they need too. So Sunnyvale actually is behind until we get our first shipment of goods, which are now being created. I am probably going to need a second train on this line to get enough goods shipped in and out. This train cost me, I think, like 40 million, so it's becoming a little bit more profitable, which is good, I guess. Come on, pick up your consumer goods. Pick them up. Pick them up. Nice. Nice. Oh, finally. And then everything seems to be kind of going pretty swell right now. So that will get in. So now we're kind of in a stage of it's like, what's going on? Like, what can we improve? Henderson, you're kind of a sad little town on the outskirts, but that's okay. That's okay. Gresham is still really small, even though we've connected it forever ago, but that's because they don't have the consumer goods and we don't have a bus line going in, so we'll probably have to set that up soon. Our bakery still has room for expansion. Chattanooga will... Yeah, we're definitely going to need more consumer goods now that I'm looking at this. We're definitely going to need another train to be shipping this around because everyone wants consumer goods. Literally everyone. And everything's being handled pretty okay over here, I should say. And our factory's upgrading pretty smoothly. You're almost at full. Henderson oil well. Not helpful. And then soon we're going to have to actually start moving around over here. I think a fun thing, if we could, would be getting some cargo planes. But I need to figure out, a lot of these towns on this side are pretty crap when it comes to production chains. So like we have a little bit of steel over here, and we have some, like, it's going to be a lot of like initial products for stuff. Not exactly optimal for like completed products. There's like a few, but but not many. So I'm hoping some of those turn around. But we almost have enough for a second train here. We're almost full on that. Our steel's doing better. Then, so let's take a look. See, we're almost making money over here too, and things are just starting to level up. So this is actually might turn out to be a pretty profitable line. Not enough money. Boo-hoo. Should have waited till it was farther away. This is gonna cost me money. But I made a mistake. I want more space in between those as I get them started. And I think I need to make sure we're starting to move through this pretty quickly. I need to make sure that we have enough oil to sustain this. We can see that that is probably not the case right now. But manage vehicle, and as soon as it leaves from here is when I want to release it there, so they have a decent amount of space. Wow, this is extremely profitable now. And if I can kind of double this up, it'd be even better. And then I'll have to make sure the steel is doing well as well. So as soon as this comes in the station here, I'm going to release this train. And here we go. So now this line will have a lot of consumer goods kind of moving in and out. Because my main concern is not getting enough plastics over to the consumer goods. Because the steel will be much easier to ramp up. Maybe. It is. What's our hold up over here? Shipment. Okay. There's just not enough steel consumption. But this will level up soon. And we'll be back on our way. And then, so... boom, now we have 55 consumer goods waiting there. Do we have any consumer goods over here? We do. Wichita. Wichita really is low on my totem pole because of that passenger route. I should delete it, but I am stubborn. So Murrieta to Sunnyvale, we have quite a few passengers. Are we using both sides of the tracks? We are. Let's see, how much do you cost? 30 million. Ooh. What is this? It goes 180. What are we at right now? Oh, it's just emissions? I don't care. But we don't want too many people waiting, because we can already see that's... stations are fine, but that'll become an issue. What about Sunnyvale? Are stations an issue? They're not. Emissions are pretty poor, but it is what it is. They're gonna have to just deal with that. Oh, wow, we have consumer goods all the way in Chattanooga now. So they are starting to move around. This is increasing, so we'll just need this to level up, which now we're kind of until the steel won't level up, because we need this to level up, because then it will require more, and then thus kind of go the whole cycle. But we need the consumer goods to actually be transported and shipped around all the cities first. Henderson is now requiring tools, but I think they should just be able to pick them up in town. Do we have enough tools being shipped? Let's see. We don't have a plethora of tools over here. What's our tools look like? Not looks like we're a little slow on this. Pueblo Sawmill. Oh, we are rocking some very old tech when it comes to this. Let's go. Let's upgrade that for 5 million and then make sure our roads good? They are. What are you moving? You're moving machine parts because I want to make sure that they're not being slowed down by anything. Ooh, we have a lot of people on the roads. A lot of traffic. San Bernardino is already at 600, asking for quite a bit of goods. And they need fuel. Now, where do these tools go? They do go to Murrieta. Now, there is a world here. There is a world. Let me take a look here. Capacity 10. I don't know if that would be worth it. How's our plane route? Do people still take that plane? They do not. Let's manage. We do not need all these aircraft. We are clearly losing money on those planes. Oh, we have enough money now? Where is that passenger train? I could just click on the station, which is what we're going to do. Manage vehicles, but I want to see, where do you come in? You come in here. Oh. You can actually, as soon as you pass, we will get another train on the Murrieta Sunnyvale line. Fantastic. Uh-oh, no warnings. Scared me for a second. And are we getting more? Yes. Okay, so this is perfect. We're getting more tools here, which will get more tools over here. Many more tools. Perfect. And then all of our chains are doing fantastic. So, we actually can get tools over to Tallahassee and machine parts. Our San Bernardino town route could use a bump. Change you to you. Bump that, and then I think we might just drive some tools over there. I don't know. Because in theory, I could drive stuff over there. But then I'm going to need to ship more anyway. And I did have a plan for Henderson to loop over there. But I'm not sure. You have 2 goods. We have less people waiting on our big passenger routes now, which is good. Looks like we still might need another one from Pueblo to Sunnyvale. Get a lot of consumer goods. I might even need another train coming out of here, but I'm not sure it'll be worth it yet. Because we're not getting enough production. That's leveling our steel. Yeah, okay, so everything is moving in the right direction. Okay, so I think for now, I think I did decide that the last thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna just drive over some tools for now. It's not the end all be all, and it won't be here forever. I think we're actually gonna go a big kind of highway road because people might actually start traveling. And I think this will be a good way to get Tallahassee online. And then down the line, we could switch to a train line. I just don't think it is optimal to get a train line in currently. So, because of that, we're just going to do a truck unload on that side of the city. I'm going to do 2 because there's probably a chance that we get machine parts shipped in here because this line does get machine parts already shipped to it. So this is San Bernardino to Tallahassee. Woo. Can't believe I got that spelling right. And do I not have a vehicle depot over here? By 25. This is it's kind of overkill, but it's not. Just because the distance is so far. But then again, it probably is. We're gonna go back in here. That is definitely overkill. It felt right in the moment. It really did. And then this will help upgrade our tools as well, our shipments. So that's really good. And then make sure our sawmills are upgraded as we... Okay, you move logs. You as well. And then we'll get a couple more vehicles. This one's a little farther away. Okay, so now we have Tallahassee technically connected. Where are they driving to? They drive into Pueblo, so they're already driving a little bit. Okay. They love... I wonder if that's probably why we have so much transportation coming out of Pueblo. Our buses here can't seem to handle it. We'll get a couple more buses. And then what can we do for Santa Rosa? I don't feel like we could do much right now. We need so much. We have all this fuel production we could maybe get online. A little bit. And then we have fuel in Henderson. That would be a very intriguing thing to do. Because this might not be able to handle a ton. But it could handle here, Henderson, Santa Rosa. I need to start scoping some of these things out. I mean, San Bernardino has a fuel route as well. So I could almost run it to Henderson and Santa Rosa. It was over here, Evansville and Ann Arbor, and they need tools and bricks. We have so much to do, but we will finish connecting these two towns in the next episode, and then we will move on to the hard part of trying to figure out how to get over here without real production capability that will be too useful. So, but that will be the next one. So, subscribe. Let me know if you see something that I missed. Comment below. See you in the next one.